Hello Laravel friends, Laravel just released its new starter kit. Say goodbye to Jetstream and Breeze, they served us really well, but it's time to move on. Now picking a starter kit is gonna be super straightforward, like really simple. You're into Livewire? Boom, grab the Livewire starter kit. More of a Vue person on the front end? We've got you covered with the Vue Starter Kit. And hey, if React is your jam, which let's be honest, for many of us it is, there's a React starter kit waiting for you. That's literally all there is to it. No confusion anymore and no more fuss. In today's video, I'm gonna walk you through the Vue Starter Kit. And trust me, if you're looking for a modern progressive JavaScript framework that's been around with Laravel for quite some time, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Perfect for teams who want the perfect balance of Laravel's backend power with Vue's reactive front-end magic. And a combination that has proven itself time and time again, including Vue 3, Vue Tailwind 4, and much more. If you'd like to know more about our starter kits in general, you can go to our brand new Laravel website. By the way, wow, this looks really beautiful. And check out open source. And here on the left, we have the starter kits and just click one of them. And here is our new landing page just for our starter kits. That's how important they are to us. If you like a 5-minute introduction, you can check out this video by my friend and colleague Josh about all the starter kits. And yeah, you will find some information about all of them. Also, we have some nice live previews for all of them, which you can check out. But I'm not going to spoil you here. I want to give you the real first reaction in this video. And yeah, here's also all what those starter kits can do, so you can check this out for yourself on this new landing page. So the first option to install the Vue Starter Kit, it's basically the same with all the other starter kits, is go directly to the repository and just clone the starter kit, which now is an application. So this is not a package anymore, just clone it and you can start building on top of it. Here's the cool thing about those new starter kits. They are not just packages that you add to your project. Instead, they're complete ready-to-go applications that you can start building on right away. The best part, all the code is yours from day one, meaning you have complete freedom to customize every aspect of it to your project or personal needs. But again, if you're already familiar with the Laravel ecosystem, I'm pretty sure you know about the Laravel installer, which is a little bit nicer to install this new starter kit. If you already got the Laravel installed on your machine, you can just Laravel new, and this will now create a new Laravel application. We're going to create a new Vue Starter Kit. And here we can now select the starter kit. You don't have to select one, you can just use Laravel 12 and do whatever you want, but we provide those nice starter kits for React, Vue, and Livewire. And today we're going to check out Vue. We have built-in authentication and we also support Work OS, but for today we're going to focus on the built-in stuff, and we're using pest as our testing flavor here. And this will now take a couple of seconds to install. Migrations will be run here. And we want to run npm run build, npm install, and npm run build. That's what's being run here as well. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Let's open this up in PHP Storm. And before taking a look at the code, let's just run here composer run dev, which is our development script here, which you can see is running here in one terminal window. And what's happening here is we see the server is running, Vite is running, queues and logs are running. So a few processes are running at the same time, which is really nice to get this overview here. Okay, let's take a look at it in the browser. All right, so here we are. This is the landing page of our Vue Starter Kit, but this is also the Laravel 12 landing page. You will see this with every Laravel 12 application. And as this is already a starter kit, we already have a bunch of features in here. So we can already log in if we have an account, but we don't have this one yet. So let's just create one. We're using here SQLite by default with all of our starter kits, so it's very easy to just get started here. Let's use a strong password and let's sign in. And this is now what the dashboard looks like. By the way, we're trying with all of our starter kits that they look as similar as possible. Here for this starter kit, we're using the ShadCN viewport. So this is very similar to ShadCN UI library, which we are using for React. So all those elements here that you can see are components from this library. And yeah, what do we have here? We have dashboard here on the right. On the left, we have this sidebar. We have here a logo, a name. We have some links here. We have also interesting for you, some links for the Vue Starter Kit, the repository, and for the documentation, which I highly recommend you to check out. And then also here we have our user profile navigation here. And let's maybe take a look at settings. So as I mentioned, all of our starter kits come with a bunch of features. So you can register, you can log in. We have this user profile where you can update your user data, where you can change your password, change the appearance. If you're more into the dark themes here, this is what we support as well, which looks really nice. Maybe I should switch, but maybe not for this video. Yeah, so these are the features that all of our starter kits come with. And these are also features where we believe this is something that you probably will need for all your next applications. Okay, I think it's time now to take a look at the code. And I always like to start in the web.php routes file, our main routes file. And here we can see our main routes defined. So for example, our homepage here, we were sending a welcome page here through Inertia. So this is also something that you need to know. We are using Inertia here to glue together a Laravel backend with the Vue front that is the same, which we're using with React as well. So this is very powerful. Inertia.js is our adapter between Laravel and your front-end framework of choice. It lets you create single-page applications that we love without the hassle of building an API while using server-side routing. It's the best ways to combine all the amazing backend features of Laravel with Vue or React. And you can see also we have here a route for the dashboard, and we also have some more routes for authentication. You can see this is all what this Laravel starter kit already comes with: password reset, verify email, confirm password, logging out. So yeah, this all belongs now to your application. So by the way, these are now the routes auth and route settings here. Here a settings route as well. So yeah, you can change this, you can delete this, you can add anything you want to this. This is now yours. But let's get back here to the route file and let's take a look at the welcome screen, which we are providing here. And this comes from this welcome Vue component. So on the resources chest, this is probably the most important part here for the structure where all of our Vue stuff is happening. So we have, as I told you already, a lot of components. The UI components come from ShadCN UI, the viewport version of this, which we're going to take a look at later in a bit again. And yeah, we have some more components here, which we are using. We have composable or hooks. We have different layouts. And very interesting, we have authentication and an application layout. Maybe let's take a look at this real quick. So currently, let's go back to the dashboard. This is now the application layout, and we can change this. This is now different from Jetstream and Breeze, our former starter kit, where it was not so easy to change the code because this was inside a package. A few files we did bring to your package, but it was still quite difficult to change it to your needs. And now we do on top of that it sits in your application. You can change anything. We also provide a few options for you. So back on the application layout here, let's see our inputs here. Yeah, currently we're using the app sidebar layout, and there's another one which we can use, which is called app header layout. And yeah, as you can see, this has switched now. So the header we have here now with our logo, the name, some links here, and also our profile menu here. All of this sits now on top. So if you prefer this without the sidebar, you can use this now very easily. I'm gonna switch back here to the app sidebar layout. Yeah, because this is something first that I like, and we have a few options here to use as well. But by the way, this is what it looks by default. We have the sidebar, which collapsed to those icons here. And you can see the dashboard kind of sits on top of the sidebar. So this is the default look which we have here. So if you check out components, app sidebar, yes, here we have it. Here we also have, by the way, all the navigation items which you've seen before for the repository documentation. So you can put them in here as well to adapt this. And here we are providing the sidebar. And here we have two properties which we can change. First, collapsible, and second, variant. So currently for collapsible, we are using icon, which just means if we close the sidebar here, we see those icons. But we can also change this to none. That's one option. So as you can see, if I click this now, it does not get closed here. So this will always stay here on the left, kind of fixed. So if you prefer this, you can use this as well. And then we have another one, which is called off canvas. Here we go. And as you can see, when closed, you don't see the sidebar at all. Let's bring it up here again, looking like before, but when we close it, it's off canvas. All right, let's change this back to icon, which I really like. And now let's take a look at the variant. Currently, we have the inset option. So this is where the dashboard kind of sits on top of the sidebar. And we can also change this to floating. That's our second option here. And now it looks like the sidebar is floating on top of the dashboard. By the way, those are just some very small tweaks that you can do here, but I really like that we can support this because, yeah, it looks different and you have different tastes as well. So yeah, just pick whatever you like. So we have inset, we have floating, and we have one more, which I think is called sidebar. Yes, here we go. And now we have still the icons here when we close it, but we have this line here from the top to the bottom, which separates the sidebar completely from the dashboard. So yeah, check them out and pick what you like the most. Okay, we were actually talking about layouts and about the application layout, but we also have an authentication layout. And this is what's being used if we log out here for the login screen and for the sign up screen. So let's take a look what we can do here. At the top here, we are having here the simple layout, and we can also change this to the card layout. Now we have this kind of white card here around our form. This is very similar to what we had with Breeze. So if you were a fan of Breeze, this is probably something that you will like as well. By the way, that's the same also for the sign-up form. And what we also got here is another one, which is a split layout, which is also very often seen these days, where you have this, a lot of space here on the left where you can show some beautiful images of your application, promote your application here, do whatever you want, or just show some nice quotes here. And on the right, then you have the login or the register form. Okay, I think now let's take a look at some of the features. So since we're already here, if you forget your password, you can ask for a reset link. And by default, all of our starter kits are set up to use Laravel Herd Mail by default. So what this means inside your environment file here, if you go to the mail settings here, so these are already used to support Laravel Herd Mail. And this is what it looks like. This is the mail service of Laravel Herd. And Laravel Herd, by the way, if you don't know, it is our perfected Laravel local development, which you can just click and install with one button, and you don't have to deal with any dependencies at all. PHP, Nginx, Composer, everything that you need comes already out of the box working, which is pretty cool. But yeah, back here we will see all the mails that would have been sent out through our application, so we can check them here in this nice interface. Okay, let's try out. Christoph@laravel.com, I believe, was my email that I used. We should see now here new email, and yes, we do. Hello, you're receiving this email because we received a password reset request. So we can just click this link here now, and we could reset the password if we want to. Maybe let's just do it. And I think I should be good now to log in again if my password manager worked. Yes, so this worked also. That's very nice. So that's the reset password feature, which also comes with all of our starter kit. We also have another one, which is currently if you sign up, you're immediately here on the dashboard and you can do stuff. But mostly with most applications, what you want is that people should verify the email first. And we can do this very easily in Laravel on the user model. We can just bring in this contract here from the top, which is called must verify email. So this means we want to make sure that the user must verify the email. And we also need to make sure that this is set on the route, which already is by default. Yeah, for the dashboard here, we have two middlewares where we want to make sure the user is authenticated, but we also want to make sure the user is verified. So if I switch back now to my application where my email currently is not verified, we should see that it immediately gets redirected where it tells me that I need to verify my email. Let's refresh here, and yes, here we go, verify my email. Let's send a link here to do that. And back now in Herd, I see this new email to verify my email address. Let's also click this. And here we are back logged in. So that's also a nice feature that I would recommend you to use as often as possible, because that's very handy. All right, two more things I'd like to show you. First, a feature that comes out of the box with all of our starter kits. Let's imagine if we go here to our settings that there is one tab here like appearance, which is very important to us, and we don't want users to change it right away. They need to provide their password first. So that's very common that you see this with very important settings where you want to make sure it's the right user that makes this action. Okay, let's go to our settings route file here, and let's take a look. Here we have the appearance settings, route defined, and let's add here another middleware, which is called password confirm. Yeah, and I think this should already be enough when I go back to the browser, that I already see that I have to provide my password. And yeah, you can see we have to confirm the password. Let's go back here to the dashboard to show this to you again. So if I go to settings, showing the profile is fine, showing the password is fine, but going to appearance, I now have to provide my password, which when I do, I get back here to change the appearance now. So this is a very nice feature that you can use very easily just by providing the middleware to the route that you want to secure. Okay, one more thing for this video. So I told you already that we're using the ShadCN viewport components here. So that's basically ShadCN UI, but ported to Vue so that we can use it in the Vue project. Very cool library, very cool to use. And there's a lot of in there that we're already using, but let's try to bring in something new. Let's search for a very simple component. Yeah, like the switch one here. So here we can see an example. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see how we get this. So we can install this. Let's copy this. Let's run this here, and you will see that this is now being copied to your application. So this belongs now to us. And let's see here, a file already exists. No, I don't want to overwrite this, so no here. So now we should see on the components UI, we have now the switch component here. Okay, so how can we use this? Let's go to our dashboard. By the way, here also the links defined, and let's get rid of one of those placeholders here, and let's just import our switch component, which we can just directly import now with switch. And let's also give it a name, switching, and then back on the dashboard, yeah, we have now our switching component. Maybe let's give it also some padding. Here we go. Yeah, so here is this component. Looks like we need some fixing here with how this looks, but maybe let's do something better. Let's try to bring in a whole new Vue component. So what I'm thinking about is creating a new file, and let's call this email notifications.vue. And if we go back to ShadCN, you can see we also have some more advanced examples here like this one. And this is basically what I'm copying here. And let's copy this in here. I just removed the toast. And let's go back to the dashboard now. And now instead of providing here the switch component, let's bring in our email notifications like this. And here we go. Let's make this a little bit smaller because I'm quite zoomed in here. And yeah, this is how you could create a new Vue component and copy it from ShadCN and just bring it to your dashboard. Because yeah, this dashboard is for you, and you should fill it with some nice custom Vue components that help you and your project. So the only last thing that I want to mention here is with this Vue Starter Kit, we are still using Tailwind 3. That's why we also have this Tailwind config.js file here, which you don't need with Tailwind 4 anymore. For the React and the Livewire Starter Kit, we are already using Tailwind 4, which just was released, but the Vue port, the ShadCN UI components do not support Tailwind 4 yet, but I'm pretty sure this will come in the next days or week, hopefully, and then we will also support Tailwind 4 with this Vue Starter Kit. So I hope you have now a good understanding about the Vue Starter Kit, and you saw all the features that come with this starter kit and how you can create new components and use ShadCN to bring in new UI components and yeah, customize this whole application, this whole starter kit to your personal and your company's needs. And there you have it. Laravel's new starter kits are a game changer in how we kickstart our projects. It was never easier, just pick the front-end flavor you love and you're ready to roll. Make sure to check out the other starter kits if you prefer to work with React or Livewire. But if you like me and love the elegance of Vue's composition API and its deep integration with Laravel, this Vue Starter Kit is your perfect match. Have fun creating your next project and don't forget to ship it as well. Bye.